Welcome to today's session, today's class. I warmly welcome to people who are on Zoom and also on Facebook Live, and the people who will be watching its recording. I so today's class is very important and very advanced class where we will be studying very important uh, topic for our today's life is about peace. Peace not in a literally meaning, but the peace in a spiritual way. Uh, when a person uh, feel and experience miraculous um, actions, stillness, and uh, emotional connectivity with not only inner side but also with the outside. So, my name is Maratib, and I will be your host and facilitator. And we will understand this how this phenomena of peace does work. So, before I go into today's topic, I just want to recap that how the piece uh, will work in our class, because from many months we are studying basically the map of consciousness, and that map of consciousness is advised by Dr. David Hawking. Dr. David Hawking was a great scientist, psychiatrist, and also he was and he is still spiritual authority. Um, and he wrote a book, The Map of Consciousness Explained. So where he basically um wrote uh, all about how our consciousness works, what are the degrees, what are the stages, and what are the steps it works from bottom to go higher consciousness, from lower consciousness state of mind and state of being to the higher state of consciousness or higher state of being. And amazingly, he gave the energy level as well to each of that level. So if you see here, this level column, these are all the levels of consciousness, and these are their energy levels. So when anybody is, let's say, anger, at then he or she will have a energy 150 positive energy out of 1000. Okay. And emotion in the anger mood will be hate. Okay. So there is a description as well to understand. So this type of work in spiritual and scientific regime or in the psychology, we will never have anything like master intellectual work. This has been done. So from last couple of months, we are studying each level of consciousness from bottom to high. So um, a, so lowest level of consciousness is shame, then it's guilt, then apathy, then grief, then fear, and it goes. And when person have when a person is going higher in conscious level, then he or she start to accept the reality as it is, start to giving the reason, and become a full packet of love, a bundle of love, and start to enjoy truly the life. And after once he or she start to enjoy the truly life, then he or she reach at the level of peace, okay, where the energy is 600 plus, and where the person feel blissful or illumination uh, through the process of illumination. where the person sees the world and himself or herself as a perfect and with the with all being connectivity. So this is the level which we are going to study today. Okay. And after that, only one number one level, which is enlightenment, we will study next week, next Sunday, in the next class, where the person, through the pure consciousness, uh, start to have a God divinity in a pure and great manner. Okay. So this is the background which we are going to study. So these are the couple of things which I produce content related. Okay, so that is the thing. So just quickly, we first in this series, where the level of consciousness, we study shame, we study guilt, we studied grief, apathy. We also had a class about fear, which is a mother cause of all our social economic condition related fear as well. Desire, then anger, then pride, then courage, you know, then neutrality, then willingness, then acceptance, then reasoning, then love, then joy. Okay. And that joy was our last class. If you have missed it, then go to my YouTube channel and you can see and watch this joy class. It is an amazing knowledge you will get, I believe. So today we'll continue to study our peace. Okay, what this phenomena is, and when we are at the level of peace, what happens? Usually, this level of peace is for very advanced people who are in spirituality and who are at the highest level of humanitarian state. Um, Usually, mostly spiritual people, higher uh, rated group, celebrities, intellectual, and who are really wise, or who are doing charity work, who have the sense of selflessness, they are at this level. And what happens? There are a lot of things happens at this level. That on this level, your perception, the way you see the things, based on your own experience, your own knowledge, on your own definition of labels about things and people and phenomena in the world, that all start to suspend, pause, frozen, atoll. Okay. So you are watching and experience everyone as it is they are. You basically actualizing them. Okay. And that is the essence of all great people. Okay. Um, and so what happens? Let's start to read it. I have taken these content from the book, The Map of Consciousness, explained by Dr. David Hawkins again. Okay, so let me start to um, inform and read a couple of great things from the book, that in this energy field is associated with the experience designated by such terms as transcendence, self realization, and God consciousness. So, a person thinks or see or consider the environment, including people, uh, as with the God consciousness. He or she is very close to God. Okay. And that is amazing. Okay. Because this consciousness state of mind is extremely rare. because when this state is reached, the distinction between subject and object disappears, and there is no special any focal point of perception. So, in this state of mind, we there is no subject object. You know, when we learn language, sorry, okay, sorry for interruption. So, you know, when we get admission in the school when we were very young, the first thing in language they teach us, they uh, inculcate us, our teachers, they do that what is subject and what is object. So our whole language is designed in this world based on subject and object. So one thing they do something, and other thing they experience, or they move, or they respond as a result of some action. Okay, the person or the thing which is doing, which is called subject, and the person and who is experience by happening with some cause, that is called object. But in this state of mind, there is no subject and object. Okay, there is just a flat world. Just subject and object is our own creation. Okay, this language is our own creation. Okay, and that is very, very important information which I'm sharing with you. And when the person is very peaceful, then we really enjoy our peaceful life. Okay, there are great people in all regions, belongs to many religion, including Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism. Uh, they are, or they were in that state of mind. People from Japan, China, Korea, Hong Kong, their philosophical foundation are uh, from this state of consciousness. Okay. Uh, so, not uncommonly, individual at this level remove themselves from the world as the state of bliss that ensues precludes ordinary activity. Some become spiritual teacher, other works anonymously for betterment of the mankind. Uh, so they basically establish ashram, khanka, charity works, orphan houses, uh, and monasteries. And they start to uh, provide the basic things, mainly the spiritual things, to the devotees um, and followers, because in this state of consciousness, few become great um, geniuses in their respective fields, and make a major contribution to the society. So they do. Like I said, they belongs to many religion and spiritual paths. Okay, uh, mostly could be from India, China, America, British region, uh, and they could be belongs to anyone. Okay, usually the founders of many big religion, they are also in that state. That's including Jesus Christ. That's including Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. That's including Krishna, uh, and Krishna uh, have come in this world in many forms. So probably all forms were he used to belong to. So and many spiritual leader currently they are in this state of mind because these people are saintly and may eventually be designated officially as a saint. Although at this level, formal religion is commonly transcendent to be replaced by pure spirituality of which all or religion originates. So that's why it is so important, um, and that is a benefit of it. So, um, so there are great people in this peace state of mind are everywhere. Uh, Not only religious people, but they are more spiritual. Okay. Now, let's talk about quickly the philosophical or spiritual foundation of these people, um, that how they can experience this. And the most important and fundamental thing in this is about how they find uh, to help themselves to change their perception. The perception is very important thing because in perception you change the uh, perce- you change your I mean use perception is basically is a lens through which you see the world according to you. Okay. And because we are billions of people on this planet Earth, so it means we have a 600 millions, and other people are with the perception. And that perceptions all have their own experiences. So the same thing, one person see these are four, one person is say these are three, and they see the reality according to their own uh, perception. However, perception at state of mind, which is peace, which has energy level 600 and above, is something reported as occurring in slow motion, because it does suspended in time and space, though nothing is stationary. All is alive and radiant. Um, that is important. Although this world is the same world as the one seen by others, it has become continuously flowing, evolving in an extinguishably coordinated evolutionary dance in which significance and source are overwhelming. Um, so these are the things which are really, really important. Like one of a great quote I can mention you from Krishnamurthy. He was a great Indian philosopher and spiritual leader. When he talks about perception, he says, his quote starts, Perception without the word, which is without thought, is one of the strangest phenomena. Then the perception is much more acute, not only with the brain, but also with all senses. Such perception is not the fragmentary perception of the intellect, nor the affair of the emotions. It can be called a total perception and is a part of meditation. Quote and full stop. So this is the one of the great teaching he is um, explaining here, that if we have a perception without word, okay, or without having a single thought, that is something which is very strange and which is very difficult as well. But uh, this is possible, okay, because in this state, when you have no thought, perception is much more acute, and not with only the brain but also with the other senses, okay. And he's saying this type of perception is not only the fragmentary perception of the intellect, nor the fear of the emotion. In that perception, because you are not part of any emotional or intellectual thing, it can be called a total perception. It is a part of meditation. So when we are meditating, basically, we are not thinking anything. Okay, we are not feeling anything. Okay, we are just still. We are in without any emotion or any intellectual thing. On this level, that is called a perception. So basically, he is doing a true definition of perception. Okay, and that perception is the perception where we are uh, in peace, and which is very very hard to experience and even we tell. Okay, because in that condition the perception is extremely difficult to describe or explain as well, because this awesome revelation takes place non-rationally, so that there is no infinite science in the mind which has stopped conceptualizing. That which is witnessing and that which is witnessed take on to the same identity. The observers dissolves into the landscape and becomes equally the observed. So this is the amazing thing. Everything is connected to everything else by the presence whose power is infinite, uh, ex exquisitely gentle yet solid rock. So this is the one of the beautiful thing which we can understand. So in this, everything is not with conflict. In this state, we are one and we are experienced that thing. Now, the great works in art and music and architecture that calibrates between 600 to 700 energy level can transport us temporarily to the high level of consciousness and are universally recognized as inspirational and timeless. Yeah, amazing. So a lot of great and different art, music and architecture, they all, when they build and when they listen, they watch, that give us really peace. Okay. Um, and because mostly when we watch or we are on these different places on landscape, we do not perceive anything. We just feel it with our soul, okay, without any word, without making it rationalize, okay, without any intellect intellectualize these things. So that is the beauty which is uh, we are in the level of peace. So that's why the great people, religious people like Dalai Lama, Pope, uh, yogis, and Sufi saint, and many majority great people who are in charity works, untiredly, selflessly, they all are at this state of mind. They do not differentiate between what is right and what is wrong, but they do just what is right, and uh, and that right is actually the truly right. So that's all we done. Uh, so this peace level of peace, where we feel bliss, through the process of illumination, we feel perfect and we see the world beautiful and amazing. That is all type of peace level, and that is the true meaning of peace. So uh, that's it. Next class, next Sunday, we will be studying enlightenment. Okay, and that is the ultimate and the number one point of the state of consciousness. Okay, where all souls usually strive for and go when they are in this world, and they feel 100% pure consciousness, and they are absolutely very close to God nature. So that's we will do. Yeah, so that's it. My name is Maratib, and you can join my YouTube channel. You can subscribe it, and I'm trying to build the community. Uh, and I will present more content on this page. And you can invite for this class for next Sunday. This is free of cost class where we will try to fill the gaps of those people which remain unfulfilled. So, thank you so much, and we'll see you next Sunday in the next class. Goodbye.